So we're currently working on small square baling third crop right now. We're in this little field just to the east of our house. The rest of the pasture and the woods and everything is up that direction. We cut this a few days ago now. We raked it together yesterday, and now it's dry enough to the point where we can start small square baling it, because you want your hay to be pretty dry when you square bale, especially since we're obviously not wrapping these bales. You don't want them to be too wet or they'll mold without being preserved. And we're just stacking these inside the barn in the shed. And we're on to the last row right now, so we will be finished pretty soon. We also cut some of those fields out there, but we raked in. We did some square baling already, and we also round baled one of these fields out here too, and wrapped those. And we see we have cows standing around here. I guess they want to get milked already. It's only about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. It's still an hour or two yet before we get them in. I really didn't know what to expect in terms of yield from this field, because we also had a very dry third crop. A little more rain than we did in second crop, but it was still on the dry side. Well, that seems like a pretty decent load of bales from this little field, I think. I could be absolutely wrong in my assumptions. I really don't know. We'll have to see what Dad says when we get back. Looks like he's just going to grab up some bits and pieces he left as we went around the field, and then we'll be done. And this is the last field that we have to do today. So how are you thinking in terms of yield? Like, are you like disappointed? Is it to be expected or what?
I'm disappointed, but it's to be expected for the severe lack of rain we've had. And now, this being September 2nd, the potential in what is growing out there now for fourth crop is very good. But if we don't get significant rain real soon, then it's kind of shot, simply because the season is getting late, days are getting shorter. Not a whole lot of time left in the calendar year to grow another crop of hay. Fink.
You gotta try to pull this next one just up, because it's right there.
Okay, let's try it. Come on, muscles.
Well, I'm turning the wheel. The belt's slipping.
Yeah. Oh, we better tighten up the belt then, right? Okay, one more comment. I know there are many helpful viewers of our YouTube channel who are trying to get me to work more efficiently by fixing this thrower so I can just sit on the tractor and toss the bales willy-nilly into the wagon. But I know it can bale easier that way, but unloading it's a little more difficult because they're just stacked everywhere. So my preference, at least in these very small field, small load days, is to just stand back here and stack the bales. I kind of enjoy it. And my goodness, look how much fun Wilson just had trying to turn that last bale out of there. Right, Wilson? You wouldn't have had that fun if we'd have had this thrower hooked up. No.
You know, I wonder.
I do know how a thrower works.
Way down there and try to pull it way up.
For the first 3 decades of my farming career, we did load after load after load after load after load of small bales out of a kicker John Deere baler and a thrower baler like this, thrower Ford balers. Not only for this farm, but for that neighbor farm and that neighbor farm and that neighbor farm. So we know how a bale thrower works. But when I'm doing 1 acre of third crop grass on a nice September afternoon, I quite prefer just riding around in the wagon, grabbing them out by hand. Look out, girl! To the right. To the right. Don't trust Wilson. He's a bad driver. He'll kill you. He will. He doesn't know what he's doing, ladies. Do not trust that driver. He doesn't know what he's doing. Please get out of the way. Go to the right. Go to the right. Don't trust Wilson. He'll break your leg. He will. Look out, Fern. Fern, Fern, Fern. Wow, would you look at that? They get the school bus to go down there. The school bus never took me all the way to my house.
Alright, and the plan is just to leave it here actually. We're gonna get a tarp and cover the bales so they don't get rained on, and then we'll periodically feed them out of this wagon, mostly to those heifers right there behind the barn. And some over at the neighboring farm up there that will get them here and there. But I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching!